Hello, welcome. I'm Sensei Michael with Lotus Defense Studios. Thank you very much for tuning in. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. Instead of the instructional tutorial section, it's kind of something that's important to me. I hope it brings you a little bit of thought, and maybe you can reflect on it. And again, I always value your feedback and comments, so please feel free. Today's video is on choices. Now, some of you are going to watch this and you're already thinking, choices? That has nothing to do with karate. Some of you are going to watch this and say, that has everything to do with karate. For me, when I started, karate was just an activity to give me a better method of focusing and concentrating my energy and developing better habits, okay? Habits as far as my physical activity, and also a way to channel mentally where I was at that moment. Over the years, karate has really become a way of life. One of the things that I try to teach and instill in all the students, whether it's a youngster or an adult, is the class actually begins when you leave. Did you take what you heard from the class and can you apply that to your everyday life? A lot of the kids get the message, and the surprising thing is that a lot of the parents and the adults also will sit there and will listen and will draw something from it. To me, this is worth everything. So choices, we all have choices to make. Some are very easy and you feel really, really good about them. Some choices, not so much, okay? But you can always go back and you can always make the next right choice. For a youth or a kid, it may be something as simple as, I got a choice between a Mountain Dew or a glass of water. Some choices are gratifying right away. That Mountain Dew is so sweet. And when it goes down, it gives you that momentary type of exhilaration. Wow, that felt really good, that tasted good. You know, water, it's just kind of plain. Which one's better for you? Obviously the water is going to be a little bit better for you. But what happens if you have several Mountain Dews a day? What happens if you have a case of Mountain Dew in a week? What will that add up to in a year? It's actually quite amazing. Continuing that type of a cycle, your body becomes a little bit more sluggish, a little bit more run down. The sugars, as they enter your body. You'll also notice as you look down, maybe I'm starting to gain a little weight from all this Mountain Dew. But water, the essence of what we kind of come from, really won't do that to you. Your body absorbs it a little bit better. It's easier to digest. It doesn't have to break down. And in the long run, it's a lot healthier for you. You have that choice to make. The choice is yours. I'm not sitting here today, or standing here actually, trying to tell you I'm above anybody or anything. We only have to answer to one power, right? For the adults, we have so many choices on a minute-by-minute basis within our life. Stop for a second and think and reflect. Is it the right choice? Again, at the time, it might seem like it's the right choice, but as with self-examination, we realize it wasn't the right choice at all. And the neat thing is, you can always change your patterns. You can always change your ways. For the adults, it might be, again, this beverage. I'm not going to say which one. But at the time, it looks really, really good. And you have one, and you have two. I've been there. And then you have four. Water over here. Again, it doesn't look as appealing. Then you wake up the next day, and you're like, wow, my head is pounding. My body feels depleted. And you say, wow, that was a dumb choice. Again, the great thing is you can always go and change. It's amazing. All you have to do is set this. And these are things that I'm learning. Again, I'm not above anybody or anything. I'm just exploring myself. And the good choices that I made and the not so good. Some choices, how do you know if it's the right one? One, physically, if you look at your body, you stand a little bit taller. When you stand firm on your ground, yeah, I made the right choice. If it was the wrong choice, the body kind of reacts instantaneously, kind of like you're lethargic or your posture is not as tall or as straight. 2, what is my gut telling me? I've been reading a lot about this lately. Again, just trying to educate myself as much as possible. And this is something that we'll go into in a further segment down the road. But your gut is always trying to look out for the best interest of you, and it's trying to protect you. And your gut will talk to you. And more often than not, way more often, your gut is right. So follow your gut. 3, the man in the mirror. Do you look at the man in the mirror and like what you see staring back at you? Do you have gratitude for that person and what he or she is doing? If you can stand up tall and straight, give that person a smile, and love that person you see, you made the right choice. My Pepe, which is French for grandfather, he was a funny man, and he used to give us so many little stories, but what I didn't realize at the time is that they were lessons. I think life is about lessons, and if you choose to learn them, and the choice again is yours. Remember when I would see him, we'd go over his house, and I would say, "How you doing today, Pepe?" And he would say, "Well, I woke up this morning." And for years, that just made me laugh. But as I reflect on it now, a little bit later in life, he was saying, "I woke up today. Today's a good day." He's starting his day out with a great choice or a great affirmation. Recent statistics, and I was just checking on this, suggest that if the average person lives to 72 years old, I will have spent 6 years and 8 months on social media. Now, social media, I'm not saying in total is a bad thing. We're here, this is social media. But we can certainly limit the amount of time. 6 years and 8 months. Do you understand how long that is? It's amazing. You could learn a new craft. You could learn a new hobby. You could learn to do anything, play a musical instrument. I have the choice. Do I swipe? Or do I sit down with my son and daughter and tell them how much they mean to me? Do I swipe? Or do I read them a bedtime story? And it doesn't matter if they're 8 or 25 and 22. Do I choose to swipe or pick up the phone and make that call if they're 100 or 300 miles away? The choice is yours. Whatever you do in life, and this is what I'm learning, you can always make something a little better with your choices. Do you like that person you see staring back at you? Do you love that person? I have the greatest support system in the world in my family. They have helped me to identify certain things that are great, some things that are not so great, but they're always there to accept and to love you. So whatever you do, make the next right choice or make the next choice right. Thank you and have a good day.